12 months. That's all it took. And I'm not talking about someone on a six-figure salary living in a studio flat eating nothing but rice. I'm talking about a completely normal wage, the kind most people in the UK are actually on, and saving £10,000 inside a single year. Now, before you switch off and think that's not possible for me, stay with me for just 30 seconds. Because what I'm about to share isn't a magic trick, it isn't some dodgy scheme, and it definitely isn't advice from someone who's never had to worry about the gas bill. This is a real, step-by-step system. And by the end of this video, you're going to have everything you need to start doing exactly the same thing. Let's get into it. Here's the uncomfortable truth. The average UK savings rate has hovered between 4 and 8% of income in recent years. For someone earning the UK median salary, which is around £35,000 a year, that's roughly £116 to £233 a month being saved. At that rate, it would take you between 3 and 7 years to hit £10,000. That's not good enough. Not when you've got goals. Not when you want a deposit for a home, a safety net, or simply the freedom that comes with having money in the bank. But here's the thing, the people who save £10,000 in a year aren't earning more. They're just doing things differently. They've changed their relationship with money. They've built systems instead of relying on willpower. And that's exactly what we're going to build for you today. Step 1 sounds boring. But skip it and nothing else works. You need to know, to the penny, what comes in and what goes out every single month. Most people have a rough idea. I earn about this much, spend about that much. But rough ideas don't build £10,000 savings pots. So here's what I want you to do. Grab your bank statements for the last 3 months. Go through every single transaction. Categorize everything: housing, food, transport, subscriptions, going out, everything. What you'll find will likely shock you. Not in a bad way. In a "where has all that money been going" kind of way. Most people discover 2 or 3 categories where they're spending far more than they realized. A takeaway here, a streaming service they forgot about, a gym membership that hasn't been used since January. Once you know your numbers, you have power over them. Until then, you're just guessing. Now, there are about 100 different budgeting methods out there. The one that works best for most people, especially when you've got a savings target, is a modified version of the 50-30-20 rule. Here's how it works. 50% of your take-home pay goes to needs. That's rent or mortgage, bills, food, transport, the things you genuinely cannot live without. 30% goes to wants. Eating out, holidays, clothes, fun. Not zero, because a budget you can't stick to is useless, but a controlled amount. And 20%, minimum, goes straight to savings and any debt repayment. Now, if you want to hit £10,000 in a year, 20% might not cut it on its own depending on your salary. So we tweak it. We push that savings percentage up. If you're earning £28,000 after tax, your take-home is roughly £1,870 a month. You'd need to save about £833 a month to hit 10 grand in 12 months. That's around 45% of take-home. Ambitious, but for many people, absolutely doable once you see where the leaks are. Right, cutting costs. And I want to be clear here, I'm not telling you to live like a monk. Miserable saving doesn't last. What we're doing is cutting the things you don't actually care about so you can protect the things you do. Start with the obvious wins. Subscriptions. Go through every single one. Do you actually use Disney Plus enough to justify it? What about that gym you pass on the way to work but never go in? Cancel the ones you don't love. Next, energy bills. If you haven't compared your energy tariff recently, you could be paying more than you need to. Use comparison sites to check. It takes 15 minutes and could save you hundreds over the year. Food. This is the big one. The average UK household spends over £300 a month on food and drink. Meal planning, just spending 30 minutes on a Sunday planning the week's meals, can cut that by 30 to 40%. Switch to own brand products on the basics. Tesco, Sainsbury's, Asda, their own brands are almost identical to the big names and often half the price. Mobile phone contract. Are you paying £40 or £50 a month for a shiny new handset you're still paying off? When your contract ends, go SIM only. You can get unlimited data for under £15 a month from providers like Smarty or ID Mobile. Transport. If you drive, check whether car sharing, cycling, or even switching to a cheaper car on a PCP could free up money monthly. These cuts alone, done consistently, can free up £300 to £500 a month without feeling like deprivation. This is the single most powerful step in the whole system. Automation. Here's the truth about willpower: it runs out. Every single day we make hundreds of decisions, and by the time the evening rolls around, our decision-making is shot. That's why people say, "I'll transfer to savings when I have something left over," and then nothing is ever left over. The fix? Pay yourself first. Automatically. The day you get paid, or the day after, set up a standing order to move your savings amount straight into a separate savings account. Not when I get round to it. Automatically. Every month. Without you having to think about it. Out of sight, out of mind. If the money isn't sitting in your current account, you won't spend it. It's that simple, and it works every time. I'd also recommend having a separate account just for bills. Transfer your fixed monthly costs there on payday too. Then what's left in your current account is genuinely yours to spend on whatever you like. No guilt, no spreadsheet checking before every coffee. Now let's talk about where to put that money, because this bit matters more than most people think. Don't just dump it all in one current account paying you next to nothing. Here's how to stack your savings properly. First, your emergency fund. 3 to 6 months of essential expenses. This should be in an easy access savings account, something like a Marcus or Chip account, where you can get at it within a day or two if you need to. Interest rates on these have improved significantly, so shop around for the best rate. Second, your main savings goal. If you don't need this money within 5 years, consider a cash ISA or a stocks and shares ISA. Your ISA allowance is £20,000 per tax year. That's the amount you can save or invest completely tax-free. For a shorter-term goal like a house deposit, keep it in cash. For longer-term goals, we'll talk about the stocks and shares ISA in another video. Third, if you're saving for a first home and you're between 18 and 39, a lifetime ISA is worth knowing about. You can put in up to £4,000 a year and the government adds a 25% bonus on top. That's up to £1,000 of free money every year just for saving toward your first home. Stack these accounts in the right order, and your money works harder for you while you sleep. Look, the accounts, the budgets, the automations, those are all just tools. What actually makes the difference over 12 months is your mindset. Track your progress. Every week, check your savings balance. Seeing that number go up is genuinely motivating. Some people use a savings tracker, a simple chart you color in as you hit milestones. Find out what makes it feel real and tangible for you. Celebrate the small wins. Hit £1,000? That's worth acknowledging. Hit £5,000? That's halfway there, that's huge. Don't wait until the end to feel good about what you're doing. And on the hard months, because there will be hard months, remember this: a bad month doesn't ruin a good year. Miss a savings target in March? Make up for it in April. Life happens. The goal is consistency, not perfection. You are capable of this. Thousands of people across the UK are doing exactly this, right now, on salaries just like yours. So there you have it, the 5-step system for saving £10,000 in 12 months on a normal UK salary. Know your numbers. Budget properly. Cut the things you don't care about. Automate your savings. Stack your accounts correctly. If you found this useful, do me a favor and hit the like button. It genuinely helps this channel reach more people who need this kind of content. And if you want to see the next video in this series, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. Drop a comment below telling me, what's your savings goal for the next 12 months? I read every single one. Until next time, take care of your money, and it'll take care of you.